What's good, people? I'm Escudo, and my life has spiraled out of control. And I don't know what I'm doing. And I want to watch a fight that doesn't take me 40 hours to write a fucking article about. So, today, I'm restarting my YouTube channel, and for some reason, we're going to watch the Brawl in Montreal, featuring that man right there, Roberto Duran, in possibly one of the finest performances in boxing history. Their 1980 war. Is one of the greatest fights in history, not only because Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard are two of the most skilled and just great warriors, both very high on the all-time pound-for-pound lists, just both monsters. It is a great fight because they personally hated each other. For so many reasons. Roberto Duran, the man you're looking at right here, he's basically like if Wolverine never got adamantium or claws, but he just had to fist fight motherfuckers. This is Roberto Duran. He started boxing in Panama, where he was born. He was born to a person who was a guard for the U.S. of the Panama Canal. His father was from the United States, and his mother was a local Panamanian woman. And due to some fucked up treaty, basically the Americans, when they go to guard the canal, can just like leave kids, like no child support, no nothing. So he grew up dirt ass poor, and was like hustling on the streets by age 9. And so he was like dancing and stealing whatever he couldn't afford. And then like finally got into a fight, and somebody saw him and discovered him. And it turns out this kid is just a savage. He caught every attribute you could ask for, aside from maybe speed. But one of the greatest lightweights ever. He went 71-1 at lightweight, and here he is, stepping up to 147 pounds to take on Sugar Ray Leonard. But yeah, since Roberto's dad just sort of left, he really didn't like Americans. And he didn't like people who sort of had an easy path through life and through boxing, because Roberto Duran had to knock out like 48 people before anyone from not Panama noticed him. And in the other corner is Sugar Ray Leonard. And Sugar Ray Leonard grew up middle class, Palmer Park, Maryland, if memory serves. And just from the get-go, it was obvious this kid just caught another one who just caught every number of the genetic lottery. Super fast, like blinding speed. Good power, excellent footwork, just excellent all-around fighter. But he fought his way onto I believe it was the 1976 Olympic team, and he won a gold medal by having the fastest hands that anyone had ever seen before, and just overwhelming his opponents with volume. Just incredible speed. And from that moment on, he was pretty much just selected to be the next superstar. He was the golden boy in his own era. I believe he was paid like $10,000 for his first pro fight, and Roberto Duran made like $50 for a knockout, right? And so Roberto always Roberto was champion for a long time before Sugar Ray Leonard ever came on the scene, but Sugar Ray Leonard fights at 147 pounds, whereas Duran was a lightweight. Sugar Ray is a welterweight. So Duran is coming up to 147 pounds to challenge Sugar Ray Leonard for the belt at his own weight class. Oh, by the way, Sugar Ray, trained by Angelo Dundee, this old man with the glasses back here. Also Muhammad Ali's trainer. Basically, once people saw how fucking fast Sugar Ray Leonard is, they just like, oh, just send him to Dundee, he'll make him into something crazy. And you know, he was the superstar. Look at him. Looks like he belongs on a fucking Wheaties box.
That Leonard, real sweat, real warm. Duran, no, is not in a sweat.
So Duran hated Americans and superstars, and in order to get under Sugar Ray's skin, and because Roberto Duran is an absolute fucking savage, the week of the fight, Roberto Duran just like paid a cabbie to follow around Sugar Ray's wife, and he would just yell crazy shit at her, like, after I beat your husband, I fuck you. And so Sugar Ray Leonard lost his shit. He hates Roberto Duran because he threatened to fuck his wife. And so basically, he wants payback for the really fucked up shit Roberto said. But Roberto Duran doesn't give a fuck. As he was walking to the ring, Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali's old rival, was sitting ringside with a New York Times reporter. The reporter asked Joe, he's like, "Oh, does Roberto remind you of anyone?" And Joe Frazier thought for a minute, and it was like a leading question. He knew that Joe was supposed to answer. He's like, "Yeah, he reminds me of me," because they were both like short, stocky infighters. And Joe thought for a second, looked at Roberto Duran and said, "Yeah, he reminds me of Charles Manson," which I think is a compliment from, former heavyweight champions. Like, "Yeah, you remind me of an acid-fueled cult leader," and Jesus Christ, he has the look of it. Roberto Duran looks like a monster. And here we go. Roberto Duran, the fucking Marlboro trunks. Roberto leads with the right hand. Roberto keeping that jab out. But yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard has stupidly fast feet that he has just flat not chosen to use here. He's moving a little, but he's not. Look at Roberto trying to cut off the ring with the left hook to the body. He comes in. Roberto feint that jab, makes Sugar Ray defend, and then Roberto tracks his punch to Ray's defense. He's punching where he thinks Ray's going to be. Look at him feinting with that jab, just seeing how Ray's reacting. Again, cutting off the ring with that left hook, grabbing onto a collar tie to trap Ray in the ropes. Roberto on defense makes that right hand miss.
Would you believe Duran is boxing him? Yes, but he's stalking him. He's slowly cutting that distance between.
Yep. Roberto is slowly trying to. He wants to get into his range, but have Ray react first. Because Roberto was such a good counter fighter that he would pressure in order to draw counters out of his opponents. And it's brilliant technical skill that allows him to do it, as much as it is. Look at that. He's shifting his footwork on the way in to cut him off the hook. This is brilliant stuff. That's brilliant stuff. Checking that jab. Checking that jab. Just looking for the distance. Feinting, trying to get a reaction out of Ray. Something substantial that he can make miss and counter back. That's Roberto Duran is almost never about just landing the lead. You see him thinking 3 or 4 moves down the road. It's incredible. Like, he'd get his offense off and be on defense for just enough time to make his opponent miss, and then come back with more. Ray lands a couple nice hooks to the body. 1-2. Roberto makes miss again, or at least rolls with it. Tough to tell. It's fucking unreal fast. Jesus Christ, Sugar Ray's fast. End of round one. Gotta give it to Roberto on that one. At least in my view.
I really thought, and I'm telling you now, that Leonard was going to come out and try to end it right off the bat. Everybody said Durant, but I know our Sells plan is.
There's actually some controversy about it as to whether or not Sugar Ray would stand his ground early on. Whether it was, out of pride or being insulted by Roberto, because Roberto Duran is a fucking savage. Look at it. Ooh. All right, Ray landed a couple nice shots. They were tough to see. I may have missed them, but very nice shot. Nice left hook to the body. Right uppercut to the body. Left hook to the head.
Leonard fighting flat-footed like he did against Pete Ramzani.
And checking that jab. Notice how Duran's right hand is almost always on his eyebrow or just below.
Does not have to dance on him. He does not want him backing up with Duran.
Good fundamentals.
He is willing to do his thing. He's got Duran backing up.
Catches that jab, parries it away. Duran checks the distance again. Sugar Ray has longer reach, I think.
But the Leonard fast hands is something to see. So are Duran.
So much of what Duran does is just to draw a reaction. It's brilliant. He's
almost throwing caution to the wind.
He's shifting his way in. He's trying to get Leonard on the ropes, but Leonard is clinching up nice here.
Duran is throwing caution to the wind. That could cost him.
Oof. Roberto tries to throw a cross counter over the jab, but Sugar Ray gets underneath it. Nice defense from Sugar Ray. Notice how Sugar Ray is using that clinch. That is called double overhooks, and that is almost useless on offense, but it is the surest way to not get hit in boxing. The double overhooks clinch. Because if a guy can't pull his hands out, then he can't hit you. It's almost a purely defensive clinch. And notice how Roberto is trying to headbutt his way in. Well, not headbutt it, just, use his head to push his way in and straighten Sugar Ray up so he can get to his body. Duran keeps looking for that cross counter. Triples uphooks and jabs. Keeps parrying Sugar Ray's away. Oh, he feints the jab, hits him with a right hand left hook. Leonard holding on for dear life here. See, but that he has one underhook, but not the other, so Roberto can pound away with that free hand. Oh, look, Roberto just checking with that jab, and the moment that Sugar Ray started moving his head, Roberto throws uppercuts to the body because you can't move your torso out of the way of something without first moving your feet. If you go to the body when someone's moving their head, your accuracy is usually going to be on point. Yeah, Leonard. I don't know. His legs still look a little unsteady. He's got those weird Tommy Hearns legs right now. Sugar Ray comes right back. Comes swarming. Oof. Ryan getting inside, getting underneath that left hook of Sugar Ray. Oof, Leonard fighting back. Ooh, nice defense from Sugar Ray. Nice defense. Duran's trying to land those short uppercuts. Trying to swim his arms over the top and then just throw short, straight shots or short uppercuts by swimming his way over the top of Sugar Ray's arm and then just jamming it right up into his face. But there's that replay on that left hook. Let's take one second. I want to see that replay. The jab. Waits on it. Bang! Yeah, that left hook. That left hook rocked him. Yeah. The left hook is what caught him. The right hand might have skipped off Sugar Ray's shoulder, but that left hook caught him.
They only made one mistake. They signed this fight.
Roberto Duran's trainer is Ray Arcel. Oh, yeah. He's either number one or number two. Greatest trainers ever. Just in terms of great fighters that he trained. Ray Arcel, that old man, knows more about boxing than any other human being on the planet. Aside from George Krokoroff, that cunt. Anyway. Duran crowding again. I hate that the referee does that, where he's just slapping the gloves down. Because if you do that when a guy isn't expecting it, you're going to get him wailed on. You're going to get him hit. Because his hands come out of position. Sugar Ray's trying to land short uppercuts on the inside, and Roberto's doing body work around him. Going around that arm for the body work, and then swimming his way inside. Roberto Duran just had this weird grappler sensitivity that you've done jiu-jitsu, you can feel people trying to transfer their weight on you, and Roberto Duran understood this in a way that, oh my, unreal. Doubling up on left hooks, right uppercut. Roberto Duran could throw every punch in the book absolutely hard as fuck. That left hook to the body. Right uppercut, left hook is what he's doing. He's trying to land the right uppercut to dig Sugar Ray, his head, out from behind his high guard, so he can straighten him up for the body shot. Sugar Ray's coming in now, boring in, trying to push him back. Duran swimming his way inside his arm. That inside position, you can just shut down your opponent's punching lanes.
They said, could it live up to the advanced billing? Leonard might have hurt Duran a little bit.
Oh my, unreal. So accurate.
Unless Leonard can catch him off these ropes, I don't know how he can hope to win this fight this way.
Sugar Ray just shoves him off.
Would you believe Leonard trying to
Unreal.
match Macho with Macho? Yeah,
Would you believe Leonard is getting his ass whooped by a lightweight? Ugh.
Leonard coming on good with a combination, but it didn't seem to hurt Roberto. Roberto right above us.
Notice him. Leonard's doing some good work with that left hook. Leonard landed a right hand there. Another left hook to the body from Leonard. Duran's trying to land. It's called the Jack Johnson uppercut because Jack Johnson did it all the time. When you're in the clinch, if you dig your head forward and their head's on this side, there's a punching lane up underneath between where your torso is and where their head is if you throw across your body. It's a really useful punch for an inside fighter, particularly a shorter one or a guy who's really good at getting his opponents to lean into a clinch with him.
Say it again. We had to get away for a moment. Who do you think is winning right now, Wilfredo?
It's even fight.
Even fight. Gracias. That was Wilfredo Benitez, a former welterweight champion.
Wilfredo Benitez was a Puerto Rican dude. Won the welterweight title at 17 years old. He beat Roberto Duran, but got knocked out by Sugar Ray.
Leonard must move. He must move and do what got him here. He got here by being a beautiful boxer with a great jab. For him to stay on the ropes and take all that body punishment is unnecessary.
Roberto feinting.
They're trying to prove image-wise with Leonard.
Feinting.
So if they...
Trying to get Leonard to throw something he doesn't want to throw, and there it is, and he counters it. Leonard jabs. Roberto catches him in the jab zone, which is a success as the shorter guy. You're not supposed to be able to out jab a taller guy who's that fucking fast.
What surprises me is that Leonard is standing right in front of Duran. I thought he'd fight him side to side.
Yep, Roberto keeps that jab in his face, so Leonard feels the need to back up. And then the moment he gets the ropes, Roberto catches him circle off and sees it and cuts him off with a left hook. Brilliant ring craft from Roberto Duran. Ooh. Leonard jabs. Roberto Duran comes back with a cross counter over the top of it. That hurts him bad. Shakes him again. Roberto, that little guy, just keeps pushing back this fucking physical specimen that is Ray Leonard.
I don't think that Duran has given them any choice. He's fighting the
Well, Leonard's pushing his way forward, getting to the body though.
The difference in this fight is that Duran is fighting his
But Duran, his leverage is so good. You notice how forward he is, how bent into his opponent. It's like he's basically a doorstop. He's like, you can't go any further than back because just the amount of leverage that Duran has angling his body into Sugar Ray. Duran keeps on that body work, getting in very short punches, doing good damage on the inside. Going around the arms, in between them. Just figuring out all these brilliant punching angles with absolutely no distance. And Sugar Ray is just... his speed is unreal. Duran comes back. Duran on the ropes, moving his head, playing around. Look at this motherfucker. Oh, and he just muscles Ray. He turns him with that underhook. Puts him on the ropes again. Wedges his body in, starts moving his head, making him miss and making him pay. Fucking Roberto Duran. And Leonard coming back, throwing fast. Roberto waltzes him. Oh, comes forward, banging his body. Holy shit. That was fire. Oh, man. What a great round. Great round. Oh, Roberto looks like he's having the time of his fucking life.
You can't see better fighting than this.
I was going to say,
Jesus Christ. Unreal.
you could not have because, I mean, let's face it.
Great shit from both guys. Well, Roberto Duran is pretty clearly winning this fight.
Suck him into the left hook. Instead, he's gone out there.
I'm not keeping a scorecard. I don't care.
Duran's own kind of fight. We'll see whether it costs him.
Roberto Duran, the type of guy to have a bucket underneath him and still spit on the floor.
Duran's right hand lands flush
Oof.
on the chin, and watch the way that Sugar Ray has to back up into the
Yep.
ropes to avoid. Look at the way that Duran follows it.
Look at that one more time and just make sure. I'm pretty sure that was a cross counter just over the jab. Let's see it one more time.
Watch this right hand. Watch Duran
Makes it miss, parries. Wow, he did that in one fucking motion. He parried a jab and threw back. Same motion, same punch.
killer instinct.
Beautiful shit.
These rounds
That's high level technique, guys.
to get even.
Whatever guys are.
Because Sugar is starting to fight off the ropes, and Duran is beginning to slow up at the end of the round. They cannot keep up this pace for 15 rounds.
Roberto still pressing, still feinting.
Freddie, remember I said to you, Ray, I said, oh,
Ooh, Ray lands a nice lead left hook out of fucking nowhere.
Bring him in and hit him with a hook. That's because Duran has opened this round asleep. He did not open it with this intensity, and he got hit. If he lays down and tries to box with Sugar Ray,
And they go right back to the inside. Duran. Sugar Ray's trying to back out. Wants nothing to do with it. As well, he shouldn't.
Ray Arcel said we'll tell by round number 7 whether they've got second wind. Duran now is fighting the way he did in 71 when they called
Sugar Ray trying to tie up. He's doing a decent job of tying up, but Roberto Duran is definitely
Brown says.
the more skilled and just more comfortable inside than Sugar Ray is. Sugar Ray's speed and power is something, but Roberto Duran, look at that ring craft. Using that underhook again to turn him. And he's coming up in weight. He is the smaller guy.
Trying to use his size on him.
But his skills are just unreal. Just yanking him to turn, push and pull. Those are core principles in judo. Look at him. Fucking made him miss, smiled at him, started coming back at him. Roberto Duran's fucking horrified.
Putting the pressure on Ray.
Right, Leonard trying to land that uppercut, left hook. It's always a very useful combo on the inside. Picks your opponent's head up, crack the jaw when they're upright. Tough to do well off the ropes, though. Very few guys do it well.
Pounding to Duran's body. They believe they can get Duran.
Look at,
Look at Ray go to the body. Did he hit Duran, 30?
Duran is very surgical on the inside, whereas it seems like Sugar Ray is just kind of spamming offense. He's just like, I don't know, just hit back. Just hit something, hit anything. Don't care how hard, just don't get
Not doing what they thought.
behind on the cards well. Oh, and now he opens up seriously. And Roberto Duran is just fucking hanging with him. Back to the rope, still looking. Look at him, he's fucking smiling at him. Roberto Duran fighting with all the fury of a man who's trying to fuck his opponent's wife. This fight is fucking incredible. I can't believe I put off watching this for so long. Great shit. Great shit. Oof. Nice uppercut, nice left hook. You see, the thing, Roberto Duran, you can hit him. You're not going to hit him 3 times. You have maybe 2 punches that are going to land on Roberto Duran. And then his defense is so good that he's kind of going to be able to get out of the way of it. And if he doesn't, his chin is so good that he's probably just going to survive it anyway, unless you're fucking Tommy Hearns. Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard looked concerned.
There was a discussion at the meeting about the use of smelling salts, and originally the boxing commission, the Montreal boxing.
I love that old school shit. They ruled there was no smelling salts for this fight, which is
Round number 6, Leonard and Duran.
it's horrifying, but you know what? It's cool at the same time.
Roberto has shown his animal intensity, and it has been a barn burner, and it is a pretty
Checking that distance with the jab. Ooh, nice. Sugar Ray Leonard, that lead left hook again. Roberto's like, really, motherfucker? You know, leading with left hooks, smiling at him and shit.
And of course, the usual laugh from Duran.
Roberto Duran is a fucking savage.
Starting to suck him into that left hook again. Step forward with the left foot, draw back and bang. Incredible fight. Not what we expected at all.
No, Roberto remembered that high right hand.
He wants to beat
Sugar Ray keeps leading with, traditionally boxers are taught to lead with the jab, but Sugar Ray keeps leading with these power shots. Another lead left hook to the body. He was, that was pretty much how Roy Jones approached his offense too, but Sugar Ray Leonard preferred to use his jab more, but he's just using weird leads right now, and it's confusing Roberto. He's not really sure how to approach it. So he does what he always does and just sort of throws a 1-2 and goes inside and starts grappling with him to open up those punching lanes. Oof! Leonard tees off with a nice fucking combination. Notice the moment Roberto feels space, he's trying to move his head and get underneath stuff. He's not stupid. You know what I mean? He's not going to take punches he doesn't absolutely have to. But at the same time, he is just a tiny little apex predator. It's like watching fucking coyote fight a real gangster house cat. Oh my god. Oh shit, Sugar Ray keeps landing with these beautiful unorthodox leads. Throwing that lead right hand followed by the left hook. He's throwing almost exclusively power punches at him. Because, let's be honest, Roberto Duran is kind of out jabbing him. When Sugar Ray has jabbed, he has gotten punched in the fucking face. So Sugar Ray has adjusted by basically giving up on jabbing. Yeah, catches him on the inside. Catches one on the way out. Nice. Getting back to it. Now changes tactics again. So the jab starts working after all the unorthodox leads. Good shit. Nice comeback round for Sugar Ray. I'm not keeping an official scorecard. I don't care.
I notice you're keeping a score. I haven't been. How do you score it so far?
So far, I have it just about even with Duran ahead by about a point.
58 for.
But it is so hard to score. And remember, we have judges here that are love to see fine boxing. We have not seen any fine boxing in the European style. We have seen down in the trenches fighting.
In the European style of fine boxing. This was said 30 years before the Klitschko's. 20 years before the Klitschko's.
It is an even fight, and it's
Already the Euro hate.
can have one or the other.
Ray standing, waiting to go after him. Duran.
Let's see if he hits him that hook again to begin with. No. this
Ray
time
comes out
Duran
jabbing,
puts in a hard
grabs
right.
Roberto in a position. It's called the stockade. It's sort of when you have your opponent's head under your arm. You can reach underneath his other arm and sort of rest your weight on him. It's real useful to shut down opponents on the inside. But ooh, Duran hits another nice right hand on him.
Duran, by the way, was 29 years old, June 16th. Leonard is 24. Leonard, the taller of the two.
Roberto's 29, Sugar Ray's 24.
I don't think you need identification. Two of the best known fighters in the world.
That's prime, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Sugar Ray might be a little green, but
The right hand is his punch.
it's as close to prime as you're going to get between two top 20 or 30 all-time fighters. Roberto is unquestionably top 10. Sugar Ray is
Leonard fighting very well.
top 30 is pretty reasonable. I don't know. Oof.
They exchange very hard punches. Back into the
Roberto
ropes.
is just
Duran is
unreal.
relentlessly pushing him back into the ropes. Leonard fighting off the ropes, trying to
Forward. And as Ray tries to get out, Roberto tries to grab a collar tie and drag him back to the ropes again. So Ray's stronger.
a little anguish.
And now he's pushing Roberto to the ropes, hitting the body. Roberto's defense made a miss there. Oh, look at him turn that underhook. He's so strong for somebody coming up in weight. His leverage is just brilliant.
This is a very brutal physical fight. Very brutal.
Sugar Ray pushes the ref out of the way. That was cool. Roberto turns him again, gets his head into him.
Lost his hand speed. Duran seems
Sugar Ray gets a little bit lower than Roberto, starts pushing him back, which is difficult for a tall fighter to do. You know, generally a shorter guy is going to be able to get underneath on you on the inside and use his head to control. As a taller fighter, it's your job to bend over and push forward, so you can meet him with equal leverage. Nice jab from Sugar Ray again.
the same kind of guts the other man had.
Oh boy, are they giving it.
Sugar Ray
He keeps showing
snap. He's so fast with the jab. Jesus Christ. Ray comes in, make that right hand miss. Lands him with a nice shot to the body. Sugar Ray whiffs on the left hook. This is beautiful shit. They both fucking go down swinging as the bell. Beautiful stuff.
Robinson. I told you one sport, George Costner touched his gloves and said there's only one Sugar Ray, and you're not going to go more than one round. And he didn't. But he has said about this young man, Sugar Ray Leonard, he has the capacity, and he's fighting a Robinson kind of fight.
Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard is literally Sugar Ray Robinson endorsed. So, all you other Sugar Rays can fuck off. No offense to anyone who could probably whip my ass. Roberto Duran's fucking crazy hair on top of it, too.
Eighth round. I'll tell you, they have respect for one another.
If they don't have it, they're getting it now. Because they have done everything they could to each other, and they're still there. Out in the middle of the ring now, a little slow beginning. That's not good for Roberto. He's going to get hit from the outside.
Roberto Duran is the type of dude who was like, if this was the 1400s, he would just be cutting hearts out of people and just leaving them out to dry. Thank God we had boxing. Because could you imagine this dude just out mugging people in Panama? Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, a fantastic uppercut by Leonard. Another right uppercut by Leonard right on the button. But Duran is there.
Oh my God, he's so fucking fearless. Look at him. He's fucking playing with him.
Now Leonard answers that there has been no showboating in this fight by either man.
Nice.
Came to fight.
That was a headbutt. It was a headbutt. But Duran throws this weird sort of slappy left hook.
Now's the time for him to open up with this kind of fight. Roberto seems momentarily flustered. He's laughing at him. But here comes Sugar Ray.
Makes him miss again. Sugar Ray's going back to that lead right hand.
Roberto taking his first break.
This is about the time he catches his second breath. Usually,
Ooh, nice. Nice 1-2 on Sugar Ray. God damn, he's fast. His jabs is just unbelievably fast. It just gets there in absolutely no time.
He has neglected his jab, and I don't know why.
He's neglecting his jab because every time he threw his jab the first 4 rounds, he caught a fucking cross counter that rocked him.
he was trying to come from the side, stepped to one side or the other and banged with either hand. Leonard right in front of him all the time.
Right, checking the distance with that jab.
To feints.
Slips Rays and gets back to the inside. Landing that Jack Johnson uppercut through that punching lane. Crossbody punching lane.
This is, if you can call this round slow, this is the first slow round we've had. If you can call this action slow.
Another straight right hand. Another beautiful 1-2 from Roberto. More body work. Notice Duran moving with Sugar Ray and still trying to keep his head in position so he can still drive right back into the ropes. Ray's forced to open up and Duran comes countering back. That was a little low, but that was a nice uppercut to the body. Tough to tell. God fucking damn, Roberto Duran is a savage. Ew.
Is it possible? We all know that
Jesus
lightweights
Christ, what a great fight.
beat welterweights for championships except once. Don't say twice. Once is Barney Ross beat McLaren, but when Armstrong won it, he was a featherweight. Does Duran not punch as hard as a welterweight as he did as a lightweight?
He seems to be pushing pretty hard right
Yeah, Duran punches hard as fuck. If stories are being believed, Roberto Duran claims to have knocked out a horse for a bottle of whiskey once.
Look at that right hand flush, and back comes.
And notice how he steps in with it, how he's just,
Now watch another
he shifts in with his right hand. He is stepping his right foot forward and crashing into Leonard with his hands already on the inside position. It's brilliant infighting. His ability to cross distance and to just automatically get to the position he wants. It's incredible.
not his head and not his fighting ability. Sugar Ray Leonard is a sensational champion, but he's got his hands full with Roberto Duran, who has given him all he wants and is on top of him every minute.
Duran now is the aggressor. He's not trying to cut him off. He doesn't have to. Leonard is
Check
right
it with
there in
that
front,
jab.
fighting him flat-footed.
Leonard has not danced. He has not shuffled. He has been in the trenches with him.
Duran, nice 3 right hands to the body, getting that forehead in so he can push right back. Ray complains about the headbutt. It kind of was, not really, but yeah, it's head control. He's getting his forehead in there to get leverage, which is a perfectly reasonable tactic for an inside fighter like Roberto. And not illegal unless you really smash your head in with it.
Leonard trying to fight off the ropes.
Beautiful defense. They're making Leonard miss again.
And had to pay for it with a thumping body shot by Duran. Duran in a corner again. Again, Duran fighting.
Pushing him back.
He's really pressured him a lot this
It's
round.
crazy. He is
Give him a chance to get started.
a career lightweight
It's Leonard now that goes through the
who is
center
just
of the ring.
pushing around and
Charging with the jab.
beating the shit out of one of the greatest welterweights of all time at age 24.
Done anything this round. Again, backing him up. Now
He'll shift his way in and then go to the body. He's feinting and shifting his way in. He's disguising his footwork with his punches, with faked punches. And it's making it a lot easier for him to get inside. Because just by showing the punches, Ray has to get on defense. And if you notice his posture as he steps in, he's off the center line. So Ray is going to have to throw at a moving target regardless if he's to catch him on the way in at all.
this round has been all Duran. You cannot give Duran that kind of edge. Every round is going to be important from now on.
Leonard's
Beautiful
gotta go to the
shit.
uppercut if he expects to do anything, because Duran is coming in under
More of those Jack
right
Johnson
punches,
uppercuts.
as you pointed out. Just coming under him.
He has a great ability to bend under. Leonard has stopped fighting this round, and I don't know.
Roberto Duran fights behind his head and shoulders on the inside.
It's not like Angelo.
And that's why he's a good inside fighter. The top of your head and the tops of your shoulders are the most important points of an inside fighter. The top of your head dictates your leverage, and your shoulders dictate your defense. If you have a high guard too, that can help, but it's not really necessary because you can either take a shot off the shoulders or duck underneath it with your head movement, and your hands will be free to do body work or throw uppercuts, whatever you want to do.
Against his eye as if he has a cut.
It's brilliant infighting from Roberto Duran. And Leonard is
Angelo, the great cut man, is putting adrenaline in.
like his eyes swelling a bit.
Now Angelo's got
Oh no, he's cut.
he is applying adrenaline to the eye
He's
of
cut.
Sugar Ray Leonard, which means that Sugar Ray Leonard is cut right at the eyebrow of the right eye.
Cut over his right eye.
Be big, I didn't see blood, but Sugar Ray felt it. And Angelo has put the adrenaline and the cut stuff in. Another factor in this fight.
Round number 10.
Number 10 coming up. Many people picked this. It's a round that Duran would knock out Sugar Ray Leonard. Good right hand by Duran.
And the crazy thing about this is,
Lost his cool,
as this fight is happening,
really has taken what you would call
you
command
kind of realize what a bad motherfucker Sugar Ray Leonard is. Because he has been, he's the golden boy, and he has been taking an absolute ass whooping with incredible grace. It's really easy to be the super fast, golden boy Wheaties box guy, but then when you have to fight this fucking angry street urchin with an agenda from Panama, who is just an absolute tiny little monster, it's how bad do you want to be a fighter, motherfucker? And apparently Sugar Ray Leonard wanted to be a fighter really goddamn bad. Because Roberto Duran is just turning in one of the finest fucking performances I've ever seen. Ray Leonard is hanging with him. Short uppercuts. Leonard landed a nice combination there. Durant steps in behind that right hand to get to the inside. The ref separates them. I don't know why, but Sugar Ray tries to land that cross counter of his own, but Durant he's so good at rolling with punches. He moves just the right way along with the path of the punch to take the sting out of it the last second. It's one of the hardest skills in boxing to master, and it's a big reason why Roberto Duran is considered having one of the greatest chins ever, is his ability to roll a shot off. Oof, they both nail each other with body shots. Sugar Ray comes back to the body with some more. Durango's checking with that jab again. Looking, feinting, just what are you going to do about this? Because you're going to, and if you don't, I'm going to whale you in the fucking body. But you have to do something about the jab. Or just eventually Durant's just going to start sitting down on it and really cracking Leonard with the jab. Durant's ability to get on the punches is just unreal, though. Oof. Nice. Beautiful combination from Ray Leonard. Incredibly fast. There's those alternating lefts and rights. He's got power on him, too. Well, some of them. Oof. Beautiful shit. Sugar Ray flurries the round end.
You've been around Angelo how many years?
20 years.
Did you think that he was going to send Leonard out to fight this man's fight?
I did not. This is the biggest surprise. Outside of Tate getting knocked out, this is the biggest surprise that Angelo has got this guy fighting in the trenches with Duran. Because, obviously, Duran is in home territory when he's on the road.
And there's some controversy about this. Whether or not this was the plan, to stand and bang with Roberto Duran. Because Angelo Dundee said, he's like, we should be slugging with Duran. Sugar Ray's bigger, he's stronger, he hits hard, he's obviously fast as shit. But then it's a whole different matter when you're in the middle of the fight and you're 10 rounds deep and it turns out Roberto Duran is just the most gangster human being that ever lived. Oh, beautiful defense. Roberto Duran's ability to get underneath punches. It's one of the most underrated aspects of being a shorter fighter is you can always go down and just get underneath a hook, which my gigantic 6'4" ass has never done in my life. Nice body, more body work. Duran just pressing forward as Sugar Ray's trying to flurry back, but Duran's both working. Duran is he's landing more consistent offense though. He's just obviously a better inside fighter than Sugar Ray, which is Sugar Ray's no slouch, but there's just Duran is something else entirely. Oof. Both land left hooks. Duran seems like a more powerful puncher. And that's fucking crazy because he is coming up in weight.
Without the authority that he had in the other rounds, he slowed down.
Oof. Ray Leonard comes wailing right back. Duran, nice uppercut, left hook, but Sugar Ray gets under the hook. More body work for Duran. Oof. Nice left hook. Just so compact. Duran turns the tables out and he waltzes him right back to the rope. Beautiful ring craft from Roberto. Beautiful ring craft. That little waltz move, the guiding arm to reverse the positions. And then that fucking head movement. Unbelievable. Oof. Duran punching him into the corner. Just brutalizing him with that left hook. Going to body. Going 1-2. Sugar Ray's trying to come back, but Roberto is just unfucking believable. Honey Badger don't give a shit.
That's what this is going to be. Who goes 15?
Sugar Ray flurries, throws 9 punches. Roberto comes right back. But Roberto's more accurate than Ray. Ray's just throwing speed. He's just throwing speed at the problem. But Roberto is a surgeon in there, man. Unreal. Incredible skills from both guys, but Roberto Duran is... He's one of the top 5 greatest fighters to ever live. And probably the only one with massive amounts of film of his prime.
Tonight, only the judges vote. The referee Carlos Padilla has no vote. No vote.
Sure, Ray's corner is kind of getting chaotic. Angelo's giving speeches. Angelo Dundee, not this Paletti motherfucker.
Has no reaction one way or the other to Styles. Gibbs likes boxing. Paletti likes aggressiveness. We're in round number 12.
Round 12.
They've seen much boxing, but they've seen a lot of aggressiveness by both.
And Sugar Ray Leonard may or may not have come here. We're going to keep it real. But by now it's pretty obvious that keeping it real has gone horribly, horribly wrong. But they have both put out incredible performances to this point. They're both dog-ass tired. God, Roberto Duran would have been a fucking incredible wrestler. His ability to get down on people's hips is just unreal, especially for a striker. Like that's not an ability that most people consider when striking. But Roberto Duran might be the best grappler in striking. What happened? Oh, some fucking tape or something. Roberto throws that lead right and steps in, crashes in a square stance, trying to get to the inside again. Whenever Duran jabs, he's always expecting something back. You can see it. He's either moving his head. Ooh, nice. Beautiful shit. But Roberto Duran pretty much jabs expecting to be countered. And if he's not countered, then he'll implement his offense. It's a beautiful thing to watch. A pressure fighter, a short pressure fighter counter-punching. And using their aggressiveness to draw and counter. It's one of the hardest skills in boxing to use. And it's Roberto Duran is just shown a masterclass of it here. Ooh, nice uppercut. Nice uppercut. That's a good punch for Sugar Ray, because that punch is going to keep popping Roberto's head up, so he can stop Roberto from digging in with his forehead and pushing him against the ropes with his leverage.
But you can't tell. You never can tell with Roberto. Leonard now hit him a little bit.
Oof. Both guys doing heavy body work. Roberto goes a little after the bell, but well, you make him stop. Ooh. Nice. Ah, Jesus fucking Christ. They both just landed 2 bombs on each other. Just And neither one of them gave an inch. That is beautiful shit. That's why we're here, people.
A draw, the champion remains the champion. Please remember that. In the event of a draw, Leonard would retain his crown. I mention that because it is that close a fight.
I want to tell you, in the event of a draw,
In the event of a draw, Leonard retains his crown.
there's going to be a lot of debris flying if this fight's a draw.
This is...
Leonard standing. That's what Ader Joffrey used to do, the great Brazilian. He always stood. Round number 13.
Eater Joffrey. Joffrey. I knew I was right. Maybe that guy's wrong too. Who gives a shit? Thought it was Joffrey.
If he keeps up the pressure, I do not believe that Sugar Ray thinks he's losing this fight. It's very possible both corners think
See,
their
Roberto.
head is that close.
Roberto keeps digging in with that forehead. If Sugar Ray would really sit down and focus harder on his uppercuts, that's the beautiful thing about Roberto Duran, though. If you take a second to try and counter his counter, he's going to pick the perfect punch. He'll land somewhere. He'll land something. You can't just... If you're going to try and fight Roberto Duran without using your feet, you're probably just going to get your ass kicked. Like, it's...
Surprised, I am sure, at the body attack. I don't think he's ever gone through one like that.
Oof. Jesus Christ, that is a stiff left hook right there. Ray eats it. I mean, he should be able to. He's the bigger guy. Welterweight. But... Jesus Christ. Both the stamina on both these guys is incredible.
Is this like the Thrilla in Manila?
This is the Thrilla in Canada, in Montreal. This is just like
The Thrilla in Canada. Oh, that beautiful straight right from Roberto. That lead right, and Sugar Ray returns the favor with his own lead right. This shit is fucking crazy as hell. Look at that. Oof. Sugar Ray, another nice combination. Right hand, left hook, and having success with it. This is how you know these are both two complete fighters. They both... Jesus Christ. Unreal. Like, what the fuck I'm supposed to say that's gonna improve this? Unreal. Jesus fucking Christ. Duran is hard. I don't know. It's steady to me. That was fucking unbelievable. That might be one of the best rounds I've ever seen. Jesus Christ. Unreal, guys. Good shit. Good shit.
The image of Ray, the face of a poet. He's got a heart as big as Duran, and he also has fists of granite.
As it turns out,
right hand on the button, left hand on the button, and now another right on the back of the head, which does not make you feel good, folks. And now they bounce back, another right hand at the bell. Now that should have encouraged Sugar Ray Leonard.
notice how Sugar Ray had him angled off with his elbow. I think that would be another good place for the Jack Johnson uppercut, where you can kind of throw up and underneath it. Just a thought. I have them occasionally.
Hello, here we are again, he said.
Round 14. Roberto checking that distance with the jab, and then trying to follow up, but they are both just Ooh, nice heavy left hook from Sugar Ray.
Now Sugar Ray is fighting an inspired fight. He seems to sense that he needs this. He's trading with him. I can't believe it.
Roberto keeps pushing him back with that head positioning.
Fight this kind of fight. He's not only
Ray's coming forward.
he's doing a hell of a job at it.
Yeah, this dude from the Wheaties box is kind of a grimy motherfucker, and I love it.
Waiting a little bit. They both will. I want to pick this one.
Oof.
Leonard's getting to him a little bit more with that left hook now.
Yeah. Again, Roberto just like guides the referee out of the way. It's like, can you let me do my fucking job here, please? Because my prey is fighting back and I hate it. Jesus, fuck. Nice 3 punches on the inside from Roberto. And again, swimming to get to that inside position so he can control those shorter punching lanes so he can continue to dominate on the inside. Sugar Ray Leonard is not going quietly at all. And he has kept it real, and it may not have gone quite to plan. But Sugar Ray Leonard is proving who he is.
You mentioned in the tape digging in with your toes to the canvas. That's what they're doing.
Oof, nice left hook. And Leonard flurries back, trying to pack his head down, which is a great way to prevent a shorter guy from whooping your ass. If he keeps doing that head position thing, he can just kind of snap his head down, and most refs will break that clinch because the shorter guy can't punch from it. Ooh, Sugar Ray with a low blow, fucking double wind up on the uppercut. And Duran's still pressing him to the ropes. Sugar Ray switches positions, trying to back off. Round 14 comes to an end. Beautiful shit. See the uppercut? That is why grabbing behind someone's head should be legal. Because it is the best way to land an uppercut. That's a fucking beautiful... Wait, did Roberto Duran fucking block that? He fucking blocked that punch. I hate Roberto Duran.
When's the last time you saw that, folks? Give Gavilan 30.
He blocked that punch. My whole life, I thought he landed that shit. And Roberto just, nope, skimmed it off his arm. Son of a bitch. Any goddamn way, this is the final round. And what has earned the reputation, historically speaking now, as one of the absolute greatest fights of all time. It earned the nickname the Brawl in Montreal for a very good fucking reason, my friends.
Could be the decider. It's close. I don't have to tell you that. Leonard has fought a
Duran still checking with that jab, the right hand. Leonard tries to come back with some body work.
courageous fight. And Duran has been Roberto Duran. He's always there. It's a war.
See, most of the time Roberto just checks with that jab. Every now and again, though, he'll step in with a stiff one. So you can't just completely ignore it. You know what I mean? You have to do something about it. Ooh, Sugar Ray landed another nice overhand right. Nice short overhand right. He's really keeping his punches compact, which is a good skill to have when you're fighting a shorter opponent. It really helps up your accuracy.
30, no matter who the winner is, it's going to be a rematch.
Oh, I would say so.
Yes, I would say so too.
some punching.
Yeah, they are both absolutely dead tired. Roberto is up on the scorecards, and he's kind of just trying to take his time now. Yeah, whatever. But Sugar Ray is still throwing fucking bombs, trying to win this fight.
Remember, Leonard has never lost a fight.
Duran with the little fucking, more of a fist bump than a punch, really. Still throwing that jab and shifting his footwork in. I mean, it's beautiful shit. Beautiful inside fighting. Beautiful crossing the distance from Roberto Duran. And beautiful head movement. He gets hit there. Right. Sugar Ray landed with that overhand right, left uppercut. Roberto's trying to get under the overhand right, and that left uppercut's doing a good job of picking his head up. But look at him. Jesus Christ, look at him. I fucking love Roberto Duran.
He's showing him, here's what defensive fighting looks like. Marcella's yelling to him to punch. He knows that he needs it. How much time we got? 1 minute. 1 minute. Leonard doing all...
Duran just getting underneath and rolling that shoulder away from that right hand. Beautiful shit. Sugar Ray going to the body and Duran going to the head. Opens up with a fucking 7-punch, and they just fucking flurry. Duran moves his head. Beautiful shit. Get the fuck out of here. Roberto Duran proceeds to do the most gangster celebration of all time. He's like, fuck you, you didn't win shit. I won that, you dumb motherfucker. Go fuck yourself. Get this old man to raise my hand so I can go grab my dick at the media. He was yelling at Wilfredo Benitez, that Puerto Rican champion who was talking earlier in the fight. Because of course he was. Fucking psychopath. Oh, look at that fucking wizard Don King off to the right. He once stomped a man to death in Cleveland on a street that's now named after him. Doing a great job, Cleveland. Oh, I have to do it in French because they're fucking Montreal. Duran 146, 144 to Leonard's 144. So Duran up around. Roberto Duran wins the fight. Oh no, that was a draw. Roberto Duran wins the World Welterweight Championship. Improves his record to 72-1. And pulls off arguably the greatest win in boxing history. Roberto Duran would continue to fuck people up all the way up to 168 pounds. All the way up until 2001. His last fight. Well, his first fight was just before the Apollo landing, and his last fight was just before 9/11. He fought for 39 years, because as you can probably tell by this point, Roberto Duran just really liked punching people. Sugar Ray Leonard would go on to have a pair of classic wars with Thomas Hearns, the second of which caused him to have a detached retina, so he ended up retiring for several years, but ended up coming back and beating Marvin Hagler in a moderately bullshit fight. But another story for another day. And sadly, after all this, I don't think Roberto Duran fucked Sugar Ray's wife. All right, and with that, I guess this is YouTube. Like, subscribe, do the fucking